Hello! I'm Elaine, and I'm a tour guide in the French Quarter. I do ghost tours. And I am not going to tell you the stories that I tell on my tour, because you gotta pay for those. But if you want to hear some interesting things that have happened to me while I'm leading random drunk people around the French Quarter, I got you. So I could have sworn I told you this story because, I know I've told it to everyone else in the known universe, but I looked through all the videos where it should be and I can't seem to find it. So I apologize if you have heard this one before. But one of my early nights as a tour guide, one of my favorite early tours, I had a lovely older couple from Minnesota on my tour. And if you've ever heard me do a bad Minnesota accent when I'm making fun of tourists, that's why. This couple just, in my mind, epitomized tourists. So when I'm doing that accent, I'm imitating someone very specific. But this couple, they were the kind of people that I'm pretty sure they've never seen a city before in their lives. They were so sweet and innocent, and they just kept walking around being like, oh my, oh, look over there. Oh, honey, look at that. At one point, the woman pulls me aside and is like, honey, look over there. Do people wear costumes like this all the time? And I looked around all confused, being like, what are you talking about? What costumes? Because this was not a night that there were people dressed up. So I was wondering, is there somebody dressed goth that I didn't notice? But no, she was pointing at a busboy who was on his cigarette break. And she was like, that guy over there's wearing a dress. And I was like, ma'am, that's an apron. He works in a restaurant. But my favorite moment of that tour was when we were passing by Bourbon Street. And that particular tour passed between two gay bars on Bourbon Street. And there are also specifically two gay bars that quite often, especially pre-pandemic, there would be mostly naked men dancing up on the bar. And I mean, that's lovely. And it was also a very nice addition to point out on this tour because this tour was mostly aimed at girls and people who find men attractive. So it was a nice thing to point out. But that particular night, I decided I wasn't going to point it out because I was afraid this woman's mind would just explode. But as we're walking by, with no me pointing it out or anything, she just happens to look up right when one of the dancers, who's wearing nothing but a jockstrap, turns around and leans over. So we could see straight up Main Street. And her response was, oh my, honey, we're coming here after the tour. And God bless her nice husband just looked at her and said, yes, dear. I hope they had a good night that night. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and feel free to share your own experiences in the comments below.